Okay, so we're looking for percentage change, which basically is percentage increase or percentage decrease. Now I'm going to show you step by step the sort of slow way, then we're going to be looking at the faster way, and then we're also going to be looking at how this could be made more difficult, and we'll look at an example like that as well. So we've got 600. So we're going to take 600. Let's make my pen a bit thicker. And I think I want black. So 600, and it increases by 21%. So let's find out what is 21% of 600. Well, what a lot of people do is they go, well, what is 1% of 600? And to find that out, so 1% of 600 is 600 divided by 100, which is 6, and then they multiply that by 21. So they gave 21% times, 21% is equal to 6 times 21. And I'm not going to bother working out what that is right now. I'll first of all show you the quick way to do this step, how to combine these steps, in one. So 21% is the same thing as 0.21. Okay, so you just, whenever you read percentage, just imagine shifting the numbers 2 spaces along to past the decimal points. If you imagine like maybe like a train track or something, that might be a good way to. This is often how I think about it anyway. So we've got a 2 here. That's there. And then we've got a 1 there. And what we do is we're going to move it 1 space, 2 spaces to the right. And so, which means that this ends up, we have to put a 0 there. So, okay, so if we can do that automatically, then it kind of speeds it up, and we can go 21% of 600 is equal to 0.21 times 600. Okay. So this time I will do it on my calculator. So, and I'm not gonna. I could talk about how to do this without a calculator, but at the moment I'm just interested in the actual sum, as opposed to how to work it out in your head or without a calculator. So that is 126. That's not the answer to the question, because it's saying what would it be if it increased by 21%. This is what the 21% of 600 is. So if it increased by 21%, it would be 600 plus 126. So the new value is going to be the original amount, 600 plus 126, which is 726. Now, if it said it's going to decrease by that amount, then you would subtract 126 instead. So, but we can speed this up even faster, even more. So we'll still use the initial thing of 21% is 0.21, but okay, let's cut that as well. But now what we're going to think of is if it has increased by 21%, then the new value is going to be 121% of the old value. So instead of thinking what is 21%, think what is 121%. And we do the same thing, we shift it 2 spaces, and that will give me 1.21. So now when I do what is 21%, what is it when I increase it by 21%, I'm just going to do 1.21 times 600. And if you put that in your calculator, you still get 726. So that is the quickest way. Okay, so let's just recap how we did it step by step. So those who people just getting used to percentages tend to kind of work out what 1% of something is, then multiply it by that number. So this is a quicker way by just turning the percentage into a number, then multiplying it by that number, like that. That gives me what the percentage of a number is. Because we're talking about percentage increase in this case, we have to add it to the original amount. But the shortcut to that, to make it super quick, is by realizing that it's going to go, if it's currently at its normal amount, which is 100% of its normal amount, and it's going to increase by 21%, it's going to increase to 121% of its original value. So we just multiply it by 1.21. Now, let's have a look at, just skip ahead and see some of these harder questions. I'm just going to pause the video for a moment. Okay, so what about if it increased by 21% 2 times? So it increased by 21%, now it's 726, and increased by 21% again. And now what we want to do is 1.21 times the amount after the first increase, so 726. And that would be, so 726 times 1.21, and that gives us 878.46. Now we could speed up that even more, because 726 is the same as 1.21 times 600. So we can say if I did a double increase of 21%, then really what I'm doing is 1.21 times 1.21 times the 600, the original amount. And when we tap that into our calculator, we will get 878.46. So that is probably where we would go next on this step. But to start off with, we're just going to be doing this bit here, the single increase. All right. So I'll just stop the video there.